5 things that had I known, would I have still decided to join as a consultant with Rodan and Fields. I'm Joni. I am a speech language pathologist and I'm a consultant with Rodan and Fields, and I've been doing this for 3 years. I am in the top 2% of the company. If you're curious how I did that, stick around, check out all the other videos, subscribe, and we're just gonna get to it. I'm a no BS, open book type of person, and I'm just gonna lay it out on the line. So, you might hear dog toys squeaking. We've got 3 dogs. My 13-year-old is in her room. She has a new red light. I don't know what she's doing in there. Homework, hopefully. My 11-year-old son is back in his room on Xbox. My husband is out at a gig. He's a musician. So we are here in my home office, which really is just like open to the whole rest of the house. So it should be interesting. So I'm gonna get into 5 things that I wish I would have known before joining Rodan and Fields. A little bit about my backstory. I told you we have 2 kids. My husband's a musician, and I've been a speech therapist for 20 years. So I have never done anything like this before. In fact, multi-level marketing kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Growing up, I had family members, friends who did it fine, but the way we were approached and the way, just my experience with it was not a good feeling. So when this opportunity presented itself, I very much was like, there's no way. I have my master's degree in speech therapy. Why would I need to do this? Okay. I started out as a customer. Love the products. I was using premium skincare before, but nothing like this. So as soon as I started using the products, I started with Reverse, which is their orange bottles for dark marks, evening out your skin tone. Oh my word, loved it. Like completely could feel the difference in my skin. My husband started noticing a change in my skin, and he didn't know I had changed products. One time I tried one of the eye creams just on one eye and not the other, and he came home from a gig and he looked at me and he was like, why is one eye different than the other? And that is when I knew, okay, this stuff really works. See, I have a dog right here pushing up against me right now. So I used the products as a customer for a few months. And right around that time, so 2017, in the summertime, we had just moved into this house that we're living in right now. It's where we've been wanting to live. It's right on the base of a mountain. We can go right out through our backyard and go hiking and go mountain biking. So with that, the mortgage is $500 more per month. So what do? You either get extra jobs, you cut back on your budget, increase your income. You got to figure out what you can do to cover the mortgage. Well, as a speech therapist, I started supervising, taking on extra contract jobs. My husband is a musician. He's a singer-songwriter. He plays out in the evenings. He writes his own music. So if you have any musicians in your family, it's not a huge moneymaker. So he started taking on extra jobs, extra gigs. But as a customer, I knew I didn't want to give up these products. And the person I was buying from, I actually met her years ago in Spain when we went to college together. She sent me a message on Facebook. This is how we reconnected, and was like, do you want to learn more? Would you like to? No, thank you. Not even, no, like I said, bad taste in my mouth. When I finally decided to do it, and what made me decide to do it are some things I'll share in some other videos about the company and just the business model and how solid it seemed to me. But really, I wanted the discount as well. And I thought, there was a little piece of me that thought, could I at least make that $500, that we needed for this mortgage? Could I at least make that doing Rodan and Fields? So I clicked enroll. It literally takes like 5 minutes to start your own business. Clicked enroll, did not even tell my husband. And the kit comes. This is back when they had kits with tons of products. The kit comes. It's like Christmas, and I'm so excited, and I forget like how nervous I was, because after I clicked enroll, I felt like sick to my stomach, like buyer's remorse. And the next morning I was like, what the heck did I do? The kit arrives with all of these products that I'm so excited to use. One, which is the eye cream that like changes your eyes right away. And I finally tell my husband like what I'm doing. And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, you are gonna hate it." Because he had the same like bad taste in his mouth as I did with these types of companies, MLMs, right? Those pyramid schemes. So I just like immediately start crying, and he's dumbstruck. He's like, "What just happened? Why?" And I go into the room and I'm like, "I already don't know if I can do this, and I don't believe in myself, and now you're doing it." It was a mess. So yeah, that's how it got started for me. And that was a little over 3 years ago. Fast forward even just 1 month in, and I was so excited about the products that my first paycheck completely reimbursed my entire business kit. It was a 4-figure paycheck, my very first paycheck. And it's just been moving since then. It has not always been fun, and I'll talk about this as well. It's a roller coaster. So let's get into it. If you're wanting more of those kinds of tidbits, then like I said, subscribe. Okay, 5 things. Would I still have joined? Would I have clicked enroll had I known these 5 things? All right, 1, you do not have to be a specialist in skincare. You do not have to know anything about skincare. I am a speech language pathologist. I have no prior schooling or anything in dermatology or as an esthetician, nothing, okay? All I knew was that I did wash my face. I have many team members business partners who have joined and washed their face with a bar of soap or just water, like the same bar of soap that you're like using, like they've used that on their face. So they're doing very well in their business. So you do not have to know anything about skincare to join. So, there's so many things that can teach you. There's so many business training opportunities and team training opportunities. So no, number 1, you do not have to be an expert in skincare. Number 2, who you decide to jump into business with does make a difference, okay? We say you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So just think about it. Are you gonna want to team up with somebody who makes this business a priority for themselves and for their team so that you get the guidance? Or do you want to just join somebody who is a consultant just for the discount? I came in completely green, had no idea what I was doing. And I literally lucked out that the person that I joined is an amazing sponsor and is part of an incredible upline, a team that is so incredibly supportive with trainings and onboarding and team pages. And there's no way that I could have gotten to where I am today had I not had that support. I have other friends who are consultants who joined not really thinking about that, of thinking about that second point of who you're joining. And they've asked me like, well, how did you know that about even the sale that's coming up? Or how did you know how to do that? Or where can I find that video? And I'm like, well, and I'll help them, but you need to have somebody who is invested in their own business, is invested in you, and who's gonna guide you. So that is something I wish I would have known. I completely lucked out that I joined a team that knows what they're doing. So if you have the luxury of researching, you definitely want to pick a team or somebody who is there to help you and train you, okay? 3, looking at my notes. I get this question a lot. I don't have a lot of friends on Facebook. I don't have a lot of followers, or, I'm hardly on social media. Okay. Backstory a little bit. Both of our children are adopted. When I joined Rodan and Fields, I was not posting. I did not have Instagram. And on Facebook, I was not posting very much because, a couple of reasons. I used to see people who posted all the time as overshares, and I'd kind of roll my eyes. And the other is we couldn't legally post pictures of our daughter at the time when she was 3, her face or anything like that, because the adoption had not been finalized. So I just wasn't into posting. I really was not into that much social media. So when I became a consultant, that was part of that building up my network and expanding my friends and acquaintances. So that is part of it because it's very much a social business. My dog is licking my toes right now. Sorry. It's very much a social business. But you don't have to, like I said, I didn't even have Instagram. Now I have Instagram. I learned how to use it. I've even started TikTok. And my 13-year-old daughter, she doesn't have a smartphone. And I don't know when she'll get one, but it's hilarious. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, Mom. But yes, so as you go, it's a journey and you expand your comfort zone and what you're doing. So if you don't even have any social media, that's okay. As long as you're willing to entertain the idea of how you're going to run this business and market it, and if you're open to that idea. But you can definitely grow a business without having 1,000 followers or 10,000 followers. You can, you totally can. Okay, number 4. This is a good one. I wish I would have known this before I joined and when I joined. And I think finally in the last year, I have really learned this and believed it, and it's helped me so much. Number 4, not everyone who joins you or becomes a business partner of yours on your team is going to do anything. You have no idea who's actually going to put their head down and work and be consistent and want to build something sustainable, because you can. This is a legitimate business and source of income, and anybody can do it, but not everybody will, because it takes hard work. However, I thought the biggest hurdle or the most difficult thing is recruiting, is getting somebody to say, yes, okay, I'd like to join your team. I want to do this. I want to be a consultant. Yes, that's tricky. But that's just the first little step. After that, they actually have to work. So not everybody who joins and becomes a consultant is going to do anything. I can't even tell you how many consultants be super excited, join, and then seriously go MIA, and it's crickets. I mean, we call it like, it's not funny, but you get used to it. Things come up, people change their mind, they get scared. There's a whole host of reasons why people don't work the business that have nothing to do with me. So I finally learned not to take it personally, but this is something you have to know, that you should know. I wish I would have known. That would have saved me a couple of years of grief and frustration and anxiety, to know that not everyone you bring on is going to work. The other side of that coin is the people that you think that may not do anything or be very good at it, I mean, you just have no idea, might surprise you. So do not prejudge. My very first business partner, my very first consultant who enrolled, wanted a discount. She wanted certain products for her husband. She wanted stuff for herself. She had teenage kids that she wanted products for them. So she truly just wanted a discount. I encouraged her, as the good coach that I am, even though she was my very first business partner, I didn't know what I was doing. I encouraged her to have an event, a launch event, invite people over. She really didn't want to. She is a scientist, like a lab scientist, okay? Like lab coat, be in a lab by yourself, not with people. She's an amazing person, and she is very social now. Or she is very social, she was. But in my mind, she's a lab scientist, like a brilliant scientist. And she had no interest in growing a business. She wanted a discount. But I said, let's just have an event. Let's have people come over. She is so in love with helping people with their skin. And because she's a scientist, she understands and she loves the science behind our products, and she can explain them and she believes in them. And when we do events together, I'm the one that says like, oh my gosh, my skin feels amazing. You're gonna love it. You should totally try it. And then she's the one who says, well, this is why you should try it. And these are the ingredients and why they work. So we're like a good little team that way. I digress. My point is, I would never have known, and she did not even know this about herself, that she is my highest producing in sales every single month, and she has been since the beginning 3 years ago. So you cannot prejudge people based on personality, how much money you think they already make, whether they want it or need it. You just can't. The people who you think may not do very well could be rock stars. The people who you're like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be amazing, might do diddly squat and ignore you. Okay, so I wish I would have known that before. Number 5. Oh, you guys. Are you the type of person, when you go to Magic Mountain, is that just a California thing? No, there's in Texas, it's called something else though. Amusement park. Do you like the roller coasters? You get on, you're like, yeah, this is awesome. Do you get sick? Do you not want to ride them? All right. I wish I would have known, number 5, that this business truly is a roller coaster. Seriously, within 5 minutes, you could be like this. You could be like, I got a new preferred customer. And then like 2 minutes later, somebody that you messaged completely ignores you. No response. And then, oh my gosh, I got a new consultant. And then the next day, oh, another consultant canceled. I mean, it can be within the same day, within the same hour. It can be, you can have weeks that are up, weeks that are down. It is a roller coaster. Since I had no business, that sounds funny, like I had no business doing it. That's not what I was going to say. I had no business experience prior to this. That's how businesses go. I mean, a good business is going to go, trajectory is up, right? Which is Rodan and Fields. If you want to research it, you will see. But that's normal. Like, you're going to have dips and valleys and peaks, and that's how it goes. But I think as women, and this is majority in this, company are women. I think it's like 90%. There are men, and there are some that do amazingly well. We are emotional beings. I mean, we are like, oh, she didn't respond. Oh my gosh, she doesn't like me. Or she didn't want the eye cream. Like, does she hate me now? No, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with us. It is a roller coaster. Like, some days people want it, some days they don't. It has nothing to do with you, but that's how business goes. Had I known that and really known it and like prepped myself for it, the first time I lost my first preferred customer because they canceled, I would have been disappointed, but like it wouldn't have affected me for days. The first time I had a consultant return her kit within the first week and not do anything. Yeah, that stings, but I can move on. Seriously, it's a roller coaster. Okay, bonus. Had I known this before I joined Rodan and Fields, I definitely would have joined. This is one of the best communities of women that you will ever come in contact with. The culture of this company and the culture of my specific team, modeled from the leaders to me, to the people on my team, to my sideline, is like nothing I've ever experienced. Some of my best friends now I have made through this business. And I think about if I hadn't joined, like the people that I wouldn't know right now had I not joined. If this is something you are looking for, if you are looking for community, this is incredible. Lean into everything that it offers. The team pages, the team get-togethers. You will find incredible people who have similar drive, and it's indescribable. I'm a speech therapist and I'm at a loss for words right now. Like, bonus tip, had I known this, yes, I would have jumped with like 2 feet in instead of like going slowly and being nervous. So that is my bonus tip. As I said, if you have any questions, email me. I am here to just serve and to help you figure out if this is something you want to do. Check out my website if you would like more information about what it actually means to be a consultant. I'm here. Seriously, that is a squeaky toy. I told you I have dogs that you just heard. So send me a message. Go to my website. Check out the other videos. Take care.